Welcome to Waters World. I'm Jesse Waters. When the government fails you, that's the subject of tonight's Waters Words. So say you're paying a bodyguard to protect you, but your bodyguard keeps falling asleep or showing up late. Meanwhile, you keep getting your butt kicked. And when you try to fire your bodyguard, he tells you it's your fault and says, just stop going out at night. That's what keeps happening in America. The citizens of the country pay taxes so the government can do the big things that we can't privately do ourselves. The most important thing we pay the government to do is to protect us. And the Florida school shooter was a deranged animal who we should have been protected from. The local police and school district knew he was violent and dangerous. State agencies knew he was mentally unstable and a threat. The FBI was tipped off twice about him being a school shooter and didn't follow up. We've now learned there was an armed deputy on campus during the shooting. And instead of entering the building and neutralizing the shooter like he was trained and paid to do, he sat and waited outside the building for 4 minutes. The shooting lasted for 6 minutes. Lives could have been saved. And the deputy wasn't even fired. The sheriff only suspended him. Then he just retired with full benefits. So government failed on the local, state, and federal level, and the Democrats blame the NRA.
Now it's time for us to take the NRA out.
But they did do it.
What do you mean take the NRA out?
It means it's time for us to limit the control the NRA has over the Congress because people are dying.
Let me be clear. People died because of the evil shooter. But the government could and should have protected us from him. Now the Democrats want to take away the AR-15. Couldn't the next shooter just use a shotgun? I don't get these people. The government fails to defend us, so liberals don't want us to defend ourselves. This is a sad pattern. Some Americans aren't going to put up with it anymore. Here's Andrew Pollack at President Trump's school safety listening forum at the White House this week.
My daughter has no voice. She was murdered last week, and she was taken from us. Shot 9 times on the 3rd floor. We, as a country, failed our children. We protect airports. We protect concerts, stadiums, embassies, the Department of Education that I walked in today that has a security guard in the elevator. How do you think that makes me feel? I'm pissed because my daughter I'm not going to see again. She's not here. She's not here. It stops. We all work together and come up with the right idea, and it's school safety. It's not about gun laws right now. That's another fight, another battle.
So the government gets hacked, Amtrak trains derail, illegals pour across the border, the Obamacare website crashes, the VA lets vets die in secret waiting lines, the feds let guns go missing into Mexico, the feds miss Bernie Madoff, no WMDs in Iraq, state and local authorities botched Katrina, the list goes on and on. But every single time government messes up, here's the Democrats, the party of big government, diverting attention to Republicans, Fox News, racism, or not enough government funding. And once the left assigns blame, their solution is always the same. Bigger government, less freedom. Hurricane? Blame global warming and stop drilling for oil. ISIS attack? It's our fault they hate us. We have to stop saying radical Islam. Obamacare implodes? Let's spend $25 trillion on single-payer health care instead. And then the FBI screwed up in Lakeland, Charleston, Orlando, Fort Hood, and the Boston Marathon. And we're supposed to assume the Trump-Russia FBI investigation was done right? Democrats say we aren't even allowed to criticize the FBI, even when corruption and incompetence stares us in the face. So the bottom line is this. People are not safe in America because we're not getting the protection that we're paying for.